Welcome to Code with Penny Poir. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk through how to add a GSAP to a website with Astro. So we have here a portfolio website. It's a full website with some nice animations and transitions, little filters. We have a projects page, a full projects page where you can click and see information about each project. And go back, and we've got an abouts page which shows image that you can change and almost like a CV of what you do, experience, and education. And finally we have a contact page which has a nice form and a way with social links here. So this is all just Astro and GSAP and some Tailwind CSS, and now we can take a look and see what's behind. So I just walk you through what we have. So in the package.json we have Tailwind, we have Astro, and we have GSAP. Okay, so those are the three technologies. This is a Tailwind, this is a Astro project, and we have a base layout, and it has just some information here about the title and description for the meta, and keywords. There's some keywords here, and we've got basic styling that we want everywhere. And most importantly, we have GSAP, and every time we use GSAP, we're importing it, and we're using the scroll trigger. And you can look at, if I just show you quickly, GSAP. Yeah. For more in-depth how to use GSAP, there is gsap.com, and this is all the different things you can use, tweens and timelines and all sorts. So I recommend you do that. So how it works is usually there's a trigger. So we can see here, this is called data CTA, and if we look up here, we've got a it's in the slot, so it's in the index page. So if we go to index page, and you can see here there's these different classes with lines. We've got here a data hero line. If I just look at data CTA, can't remember where that was. Technically we don't need those styles because we have the style as global, but it's fine. But how it works is you have the class, and then GSAP, you can use GSAP to target those classes. So we've got here we've got this line, it's looking for line, and it's going to start at 0, and then it's going to, the duration of the animation is going to be just under 1 second, and it's going to go to 1. Everything's going to go to 1. So the opacity is basically going to go from 0 to 1. And it's just going to do that again for the project card class. It's going to go from 0 to 1. And we've got these little toggles. This is for the filter. So we're using just the script to filter everything and to remove the class by the tags. So that's what that's all about there. So at the top here in the index page, we've got the a section, which is like a hero area, hero component. You could cut this out to a hero component, but it's fine. And we've got this filter of all the tags, and the tags are set in all the projects. So it takes all the projects, all the skills that are in those projects, and then filters it and makes an array out of it. And here we've got just a main class, a projects map. So we're mapping through all the projects, giving it a link to the actual project, giving it a class of project card so it does the animations, and then each card will have the URL, the image with the URL and the title, then the title and the date underneath, the description and the skills. So that's basically all that's in the main page. And if we look again at the main page, that's what we've got. We've got the date, we've got all the projects, we've got all the skills here, and you can see here, if I click stripe, it will only show the one that has stripe, view, upright, Astro, super base, and then all. So that's how that all works here. Now when we view the project, we're going to this projects and project file, and that is here, and we've got a slug .astro. So this is basically a dynamic page, and we're pulling all the entries, and then we're filtering it to that specific slug when you're doing it by the slug. And we've got a reference back to the home page, but then we've got the title, the skills again, and then the content. So this is being pulled from Astro content, and it's rendering it out so that it will render out anything that you have in the markdown file. So let's take a look at the markdown file. So we've got a content.config. Now in Astro 6 it's outside of the content folder, and it's basically telling us that anything inside this folder should have these parameters here. So we've got title, slug, description, date, skills, link, and image URL. So if we look at the content and we look at projects, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects. We'll look at one. So this is the title, the slug, the description, the date, the skills. So if I add here view, and we take a look here, it will add it there, back to view. And now if I put view, it doesn't only just show that, it shows the one that we've just added here. So it's a nice way of being able to edit and update your projects as you need. So even if I added a new file, if I just copy that and as a new file, and we'll say project 6.md, and we'll just change that to 6, and we're going to change that to 6 as well, and we'll leave that the same, and we'll say view, and we'll say stripe, and we'll say Astro view, and we'll say project 6. So now we've got this extra project here. So you can click on it, and there it is. Yeah. So it's nice and easy to add and remove whatever you need in order for it to update. So you can add as much as you like in here. And the image URL, you could use the public images folder for adding your URL and reference it here, or any URL you have. So that's the benefits of having markdown files for your projects. And then next we'll look at the about page. And again, we've got these scroll triggers for certain elements. We've got data timeline, data service, data reveal fade. So all of these are ways of targeting certain areas on the page and using that to make we see here data reveal fade. So now the GSAP will take that and use that as a component to fade in, or whatever you have decided to use in order to do so. I mean, you could use CSS animations as well, but somebody specifically requested to see Astro and GSAP, so this is why I am doing this video. And finally, we've got the contact page. Again, we've got these styles that you can obviously, you can adjust and edit as you wish. And we've got a nice little script here. Again, we're using the same animations really. I guess you could put it into a component if you wanted to reuse. And we're using form spray, but you need to add your own ID here so that the form will actually be working. So we have this image here, this email. You can change this email to be email address, and we have we can edit here email address, and it will pull from this file. I wanted to show you this file. So this is a const file. This is a file that we use all over the site to edit certain things. You could put all of this into markdown files if you wanted to. So let's just create the new one we just have here. Export const email address. We say hello@janedoe.com. Okay. Obviously, you can update that to your own. Add your own work, whatever you want. You can add it here. Your experience, etc. So this is what everything is being pulled from. So if we look here, it's being pulled our socials, topics, and an email address. So if you wanted to add another social here, we could say YouTube. We'll say youtube.com, but you could say it to whatever. And if we go to our contact, which is the page we're on, and there it is, we've got YouTube right here. So if we wanted to, anything that you want to change, add, tweak, we could say something like tutoring. And in the labels here, the topics, we've got tutoring. So it's fully customizable to whatever you want to do. It has these lovely animations for you to use, and you can use it to your heart's content because it is freely available on my AstroStack platform. Which is currently in early access. So the GSAP portfolio that I've been telling you about, we've been looking at, is here. You can get it free. The Waitlist Pro is becoming available, and I'm finishing the Pre-Order Pro soon, and these two are also in development. So if you want to get a good price to all of these templates, it's $19.99, but it will be that for a limited time. So yeah, please take a look, and if the price will go up depending on how many templates are available. So there you go. So thank you for taking a look at this template that I've made available, and I hope to see you soon.